What's up, folks? It's Trenius, and you're tuning into my channel, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got some really serious stuff I want to tell you about the ego. It's only going to take about 5 minutes, so make sure you stay tuned through the whole video. But yeah, so I'm going to tell you what confidence is. I'm going to tell you what to look for in people to know whether or not they're, talking to you through their ego, they're acting through their ego, or if they're acting through their real self, their true self. I'm going to tell you how to keep from acting out of your ego and thinking out of your ego so that you can manifest really, really fast, folks. But anyway, first and foremost, I want to tell you this. Do not forget to subscribe, okay? Over here in the bottom right-hand corner, do not forget to subscribe. And if this video resonated with you, go ahead and give it a thumbs up at the end of the video, folks. But anyway, so let's get right down into it. So first things first, I want to tell you this. Anytime you feel that you are acting out of arrogance, it will feel as though you are better than somebody else. Your lower self, your ego always tells you things that are good for you, but it makes other people feel bad about themselves. You know what I'm saying? The ego always divides you from everybody else when the whole ultimate objective is to become a more universal being, to become connected with the source, to become connected with the universe. The ego, the egotistical part of you, remember, the egotistical part of you will always make you separate from everybody else. It'll always tell you that you are better than everybody else. Now, that's what arrogance is, okay? That's also what arrogance is. Confidence is when you feel good within and you feel like you can, you can do the impossible. You can make things happen for yourself. You actually, you can have the ambition to go out and search for a new job. You can have the ambition to obtain a car, or you want more money, or whatever the case may be, but it will never step on the toes of others, okay? So also, egotistical behavior is a part of the lower self. This is the lower self, okay? This is not the higher self. Once again, the higher self, the higher part of you always acts out of love and what you could do to help others and how you can make yourself more a part of the universal whole. Okay, so you should know this too. When somebody is jealous, when somebody is spiteful, when somebody is hating, when somebody wants revenge, all of these things are impure, folks. All of these things are operating from the lower self, okay? These are the lower self ways of acting and thinking. You know what I mean? Because it's making a person feel like that somebody owes them something because they are better than them. So anytime you know or you're around anybody that's acting like that, they're acting out of their ego. And you cannot be a part of the universal source. You cannot be a spiritual being and manifest things into your life if you are operating out of impure heart. Your heart must be pure and clean and free and receptive. You literally got to feel like air every day. You know what I'm saying? And you can never feel like air if you're always hating on somebody, if you're always angry about something and carrying that dark cloud over your head, okay? And another thing that the ego will disallow you to do is be willing to listen to other people who might be smarter than you. Now, everybody asks me, Trenius, how did you get so smart? Trenius, you're so smart and so wise. It's such a young age. You know how I did it? Because most of the time growing up, I listened rather than using my ego and thinking that I already know what I don't really know. I wasn't afraid to step down and sit and actually listen to the teacher. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't make like straight A's in school, I was still that quiet student in class who was trying his best to listen to the teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like I will always listen to the older people and what they had to say, because I just felt like if you know more than me, then I could learn from you and you can teach me something that I don't know. Egotistical people cannot do that. They have a hard time listening to somebody that's smarter than them because they feel like it would be a smaller thing to do. Once again, they're operating out of their lower self, which is most of the time just fear. Egotistical people have a lot of fear. They fear the worst is going to happen if they do a good thing. You know, people that act negative, they fear that if they act positive and they act good, then they will be lower than what they already are. And it's not true. It's an illusion, folks. And so ego also thinks that education is the leader of all success. Egotistical people think that, you know, if they're very intellectual, they are better than somebody else. Or if they have a high job position, high status, they're better than somebody else. A person who does not use their ego does not think like that and knows that everybody is equal. You know, everybody deserves a fair chance. You know, I'm always around top-notch people all the time, folks. And I was just telling one of my groups yesterday on Facebook, I'm not going to name the type of person who I thought was egotistical, but if you're not egotistical and your heart is pure, you can see through people. You can see through people because you don't have anything to hide. You know, you don't have any negative intention that you're trying to put out into the universe. You don't have any negative intentions, whatsoever. So it's not like you're trying to deceive or manipulate anybody because you're pure-hearted when you're not egotistical. And so when you're like this, you can just literally see through people who are like jealous, who are hateful, who are angry and stuff. They don't even got to be angry. You can just sense it off of them if you're impure. I mean, if you're a purified person in your heart. But if you're impure in your heart, of course, people are gonna sense the same things for you. Oh, you don't like me. Oh, that person doesn't like me. Oh, why? Because they can sense that negative energy in you. So make sure you keep that in mind, folks. And so another thing that you might want to understand is that the ego, once again, the ego will block you from your blessings, folks. It will block you from receiving opportunities that want to come in your life. It will block you from your friendships and all kind of stuff. I know so many people who I've reached out to personally and I've wanted to connect with them personally. But as soon as they found out like I was like this big time vlogger / life coach, they treated me totally different. Like straight just dehumanized me. You know what I mean? For the simple fact that I'm doing something to help others. And once again, fear, egotistical. They were operating from a sense of fear, the lower self. They don't know me at all, but what they see, they believe. Rather than getting to know you first, they're going to always try to judge you from what they see versus getting to know you. And so many people block themselves off from blessings. They can't even receive blessings. Somebody try to give them some money, they could be like, no, 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 no. That's pride. That's what you call pride. That's another thing that I named. You know what I mean? That keeps you from having a pure heart. Pride, jealousy, greed, hate, retaliation, anger, resentment. You know, all these things are negative and lower self things and are a part of the egotistical mind. You know what I'm saying? And so just keep this stuff in mind, folks. This is very easy stuff to understand. And like I said, this will keep you from blocking your manifestations. You will not be able to law of attract like everybody else because you're not light. You're not carrying baggage. You know what I'm saying? Notice when you travel without a bag, you're able to get from location to location much more easy, much more faster. You know, the less items you have, the faster you're able to travel. It's the same thing when it comes down to your mind and, you know, having a receptive heart and attracting things into your life. You cannot attract things into your life if you're thinking about all this negative stuff about friends who've done you wrong and stuff. You got to be able to just let it go. Just let it go. Every single day when you wake up, just let it go. And I'm going to give you this tip before I leave, folks. Every morning when you wake up, if you have a little egotistical problem, whatever the case may be, I used to have it one time too, but the way I got rid of it was by saying to myself every morning, reminding myself of all the things that I was grateful for. Just remind yourself of all the things you're grateful for as soon as you wake up in the morning for 5 minutes. Just think about just random things that you're grateful for. And the more you get in the habit of doing that, the more you won't have to, you know, look at somebody and say, oh, why they got this or why they got that, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, just hating on somebody or being jealous of somebody that's not even around, you know what I'm saying? Or just, you know, you just feel a whole lot better if you are grateful for the things that you have versus what somebody else is doing with their life or what they have. Okay, so I know this is a little touchy topic. I know this was pretty touchy, but if it touched you, if it helped you understand better any kind of way, if it resonated with you, get this video a thumbs up. Also, leave a comment below. Do you have like egotistical people in your life that are trying to drain your energy? Or do you have egotistical problems or whatever you might want me to help you with it? Just ask the question below and I will easily just help you by replying back, folks. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.